Alright. Hello guys. I haven't uploaded in a while again. I don't know. I just haven't been freaking as I used to. I can't. Okay, let me tell you guys something. I probably already told you this, actually. I think I already did, but I guess I'm gonna tell you guys again. But my phone broke recently, so I can't really edit my videos because that's what I use to edit my videos. So I'm not really gonna be posting shorts anymore until I probably get a new phone. So yeah, I feel like without editing or just I feel like the shorts are easier, and I would post shorts more, but I can't do shorts right now, so I just have to do long forms. But anyways, I got another video. So this video, if you read the title, is the part two to the lore video I did a couple, like probably like 4 weeks ago. I don't know. Yeah, but I did a lore video. So yeah, I gotta remember what I was gonna say. All right, okay. So this is the part two to the lore. I just decided to do it randomly because I actually did finish it, and I have a lot of characters in my workshop. If you actually check that out, remember, this is the remember this is my workshop thing. If you want to see it, so remember if you want to see that. But I actually have a lot of movesets there that like kind of spoil a lot of characters. So I feel like I should make this video. Because after I make this video, I'm thinking of making another moveset. It's just, this is actually a character that is actually introduced. So, let's get to the part. But this is called ROBLOXIA Journey, IC. IC actually stands for Identity Crisis, which this chapter, is based on Sonic CD. So the next chapter after this is actually going to be called ROBLOXIA Journey 2. It's going to go ROBLOXIA Journey IC, then ROBLOXIA Journey 2. So, yeah. So if you see IC in the title, that's what it means, identity crisis. But let's continue. Or not continue, I didn't even start yet. But anyways, so it starts with Retro Dude running on the water. But this doesn't really make sense yet. But I'm gonna have to spoil it to make it make sense. But he can run on the water without the coils, because Retro Dude is just naturally fast. With the same way that Angry Dude is just naturally strong. So yeah. I would go in depth on why he's naturally fast and why Angry Dude's naturally strong. But it would kind of like spoil the rest of the plot of like a whole series. So I'm not going to really do that right now. But anyways, so continue. So he runs on the water. And in the last chapter, after he uses the super coils, oh, and by the way, I didn't really say this, but I recommend you go watch that first video, because I don't even know why you're watching this video if you didn't see the first one, so go check that out. So he runs on the water, and he goes to the island that Smart Dude lives on, which is from the first part where his house was. So he goes to Smart Dude. Jesus, I'm stuttering. What time is it? 6:50. I don't know if I'm tired or like, I don't know if I'm like awake tired or when I go to sleep tired. I don't know. I don't even know why I'm tired. I think I don't know. I just don't feel like speaking right now. I just want to push this video up. I feel like I haven't uploaded in a while. Anyways. So he goes to Smart Dude's house. Smart Dude has a letter. I kind of forgot what it said. But basically what it says, here's what the letter says. I'm going to be out for a while, looking for something. So if you don't see me, that's why. I will come back soon. But I don't really know. It kind of depends if I find it or not. And this letter was made by Angry Dude. So Angry Dude is going to be kind of absent. Well, not really, but spoilers. Anyways, so Smart Dude says that that's not the only thing he wants to show Retro Dude. Smart Dude has been just flying around with a radar, just seeing things, and he saw this bunker. And if y'all don't remember the post-credit scene from the first game, Gas Guy, which was the main villain, got put in prison after the end. Did I tell y'all that after you use the coils, they like spread out, kind of like how the Chaos Emeralds work, where when they use the coils, they kind of just get like lost and they have to find them again. So Retro Dude doesn't have any of the coils right now. So, but anyways, Gas Guy escaped out of prison, and he had this bunker, and he started building. Which, if you remember from the last video, I mentioned that he was holding like a metal head, and if you're uh, anyway, so they make it to the bunker, and since it's Gas Guy's bunker, a bunch of robots, a bunch of gas bots jump out the bunker, right? And then, obviously, Smarter than Retro Dude just defeat all the little robots, and then eventually Gas Guy comes out the bunker. And then, after that, Gas Guy brings out the Metal Sonic. I was gonna say it's the Metal Sonic of the series, Metal Dude. Which, if you ever like questioned what I'm wearing right now, this is Metal Dude. So yeah, I just decided to wear Metal Dude since this is like mostly his game. So I think it'd just be fitting if I wore this outfit. But anyways, so you start off with a boss battle fighting Metal Dude. Eventually, after you beat it, Retro Dude's kind of getting cooked. But then Retro Dude's about to get a solid hit in, and then Guest Guy like there's like a portal thing, and he just like goes into a different part of the world. Like he's just like gone basically. And then Smart Dude, seeing that Retro Dude is gone, Smart Dude isn't that strong. So if there's a bunch of robots around, and then a robotic copy of your friend that just got cooked, and you know that your friend is strong and you just got cooked, I think it's a realistic reaction to run away. So Smart Dude runs away, and then after he runs away, he actually has his own teleport. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I got. Holy stutter. What was that? I got interrupted. I got interrupted. My bad. Anyway, where was I? I forgot. All right, Smart Dude is running because he was getting chased by a bunch of robots, but he actually has his own teleporting thing. Sorry if it's quiet. I feel like it's kind of awkward. We're gonna keep going. How long has this been? 10 minutes, and I'm not even at the first level yet. Jeez. Anyways, long nobody can. Well, technically, it was the first level. The first level. Anyways. So, Smart Dude has his own teleporting thing, so he does like escape, and when he teleports, he says, "Take me to my friend," and then he goes through the portal. But then, after he goes through the portal, it cuts to Retro Dude because he just got teleported to like a different area, So it's like this grassy area, like very vibrant, springy, vibrant, colorful area. And then eventually, eventually he walks. I'm very that eventually walks. I don't know why I said eventually. I don't know why I said eventually. He walks. And then eventually he finds a house. And he's like standing on top of this hill looking at the house. And then it cuts. So a little cutscene of somebody waking up from their bed, taking a shower, getting down, eating their food, and then walking out their house. Smiling. And then retro dude, since he's on the little hill, he trips on something. I don't know how. He just trips on something, then he tumbles down the hill. And then they interact. Oh yes, interact. But they start talking, and it's like, oh, hi, what's your name? And their name is Retro Gal. Ah yes, Retro Gal. Retro Gal. So Retro Gal is basically Amy. But anyways, they're talking, saying like, oh, Retro dude's talking about how he needs help. So they're asking her for help, and it was like, she's like, why? Why help you? Retro dude's just like, I don't know. Just please. Eventually, I don't know why I keep using the word eventually. I'm like using that a lot. Eventually, she does say yes. And if you're wondering what she looks like this. Okay. The lighting, I keep messing it up. Okay. This is what they look like. This is retro now. Yes. I actually do have a retro gal moveset, which is why I wanted to do this video, because I already have the moveset for this character. So yeah. Anyways. So they go into the first level, which is basically just a springy level. And I want the gameplay of Retro Gal. She's basically just going to be very athletic and do a bunch of flips and stuff. She's going to be able to, like, she's going to be jumping a lot and just fast, basically. So, yeah. But after that, okay, they're running through these, like, springy areas with, like, waterfalls and stuff. And eventually they run into, like, this little robot trying to stop him or something. It's just like a mini boss in the level, and they do beat it. But after that, they start getting chased by something, and then they just jump in the water. They jump off a cliff into the water, and they like land. I don't know how to explain this, but like when they dive in the water, they like go inside of like something that's underwater, because like there's something that's like an underwater facility or something, like kind of like an underwater aquarium or something. But it's not an aquarium. It's like a, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like a facility that's underwater. So they jump in there accidentally. They don't mean to go. They're just jumping in the water, trying to run away from that something. It was like a horde of giant robots or despots. Yeah, despots. But then they landed there. Then after that, it cuts to the next part where to Smart Dude. Oh my god, 13 minutes of just the beginning. Jeez. Anyways, we're like probably 20% done. Jeez, 40 minutes. Anyways, they cut to Smart Dude. I forgot. Okay, he's like in the sky place. It's like, okay, it's like Sky Sanctuary from Sonic 3. Or like Sonic Generations, because the game's going to be 3D. I don't know if it is a game, but I don't know. But it's 3D, so it's like Sonic Generations Sky Sanctuary. But it's like a ruined version. Like it's more brown, rusty, and like there's a bunch of vines. So this next level of Smart Dude is basically a puzzle level. And eventually it opens like this giant little castle. that's in the low sky area. And then he runs. It's a you would never guess who. He runs into Angry Dude. And I have no idea why I did this. Like 20% in. And I'm already bringing back characters that were supposed to be absent. I don't even know why I did this. I don't know. I don't know. By the way, I was like thinking of this in my free time. Not really putting that much effort. Like, whenever I was bored and there was nothing to do, I just kind of think about this. Which, I'm not gonna lie. This is like usually what I think of when I'm bored. But anyway, besides that. Okay. Yeah, this video is about to be a whole lot of anyways. Besides that, um, meanwhile, like, I mean, okay, like, I'm an L narrator. I'm an L. I said ale. Yeah, yo, yeah, all right. This is awkward. So he talks to Angry Dude, saying, "I didn't expect to be brought to you because when he did the teleport thing, it was like more of like what he was thinking of, where he would go to, and when he was thinking about, it was like, take me to my friend or something, and since Angry Dude and Smart Dude are friends, he took him to Angry Dude. So then after that, he comes back again. There's a bunch of like cutting back. They're like, there's two perspectives. There's like, yeah, there's an entire story. There's like two perspectives the entire time. But it cuts back to Retro Duty and Retro Hill in an underwater facility. And this next part is like two parts. But there's one part where you do it as Retro Dude, and the second part where you do it as Retro Gal. But then after that, you open a door, and then it's like this underwater library or something. I don't know, I just imagine having a bookshelf or something, so just think of it as a library. But this is when the story actually like gets to the part. So they go up to the library. In the middle of the library, there's a little like pod, or like it's being displayed or something. Like it's like a display thing, like covered in glass. But there's like this pod with a little creature. Ah, yes, a creature. And this creature is blue. And no, it's not retro blue. Alright, let me stop. Let me stop. Alright. But they went into the blue creature. And what it looks like, I'm going to describe to what it looks like to you. It is. It's basic. It's like a gubby. Yeah, it's like a gubby. But it has antennas. Like, instead of having like the regular ears, it has like antennas. Instead of like the regular tail, it has like kind of a devil tail. Like, that's kind of what it looks like. But it's like an antenna tail. So it's like kind of like it looks like a devil tail, kind of. But yeah. And like the tip, pause. Like, pause. I can't ever explain. Okay. Because I've already explained this lore stuff to like some of my friends. So they already know about this. But like every time I try to explain this to them, it's like they never let me do it. So I always said like the tip of the antenna is blue. I can never explain it right. And the tip of their tail is blue too. Like I can never explain it. But anyway. So they open the pod and then the creature jumps out. It stands up on 2 feet and says, "Thank you." Uh-huh. Very indeed sentient. Let me just do that the next time I have this. Anyways, so he starts explaining. Well, he actually doesn't explain what he is. But he's like, "Thank you, I'll help you, I'll come with you. Do you mind if I come with you?" And then, yeah. But I'm gonna explain later when he reveals it. Okay. After that, alarms go off because obviously it's a gas guy facility, so they're not supposed to be there. So alarms go off. So they have to flee the facility. Get it? Flee the facility. Get it? No? Shut up. Oh, okay, my bad. Um, so they got all these little tube things that just shoot them out the water. Ow! I just stubbed my toe. Anyways, anyway, there's too many anyways. It's pissing me off. So they get lost out the tube, and then there's a transition of guest guy and angry dude. Because I just said guest guy. Smart dude and angry dude. Because smart dude, like, summoned his flying, like, called his flying car over, because remember he has a flying car, which is basically Tails' tornado. But eventually they make it to an island, and then they find the master coil. But then, Metal Dude comes out from Guest Guy's ship, and then he stops them, and he absolutely cooks them, and then steals the master coil. But the master coil is not activated right now because not all the coils are activated. None of the coils are activated right now. Oh, we're going to talk about that later. Because everything comes later in this. I don't know why everything comes later. But it cuts back. There's a lot of cutbacks in anyways. Yeah. But anyways. It cuts back to Retro Dude and Retro Gal with the little creature. And they're in like this, they're like on a cliff of a desert. Like it's like a beach, but it's not a beach because it's a cliff. And it's like a desert. But there's like a bunch of scrap. Like it's like a junk. There's a bunch of junkyard and like scrap on the cliff. So that's what it looks like. But the entire thing, they're just getting chased, and it's basically a fast-paced scene. But eventually, they run into a Scrappinator. Oh yeah, but you never heard that one before. A Scrappinator. You would never guess how long it took me to think about that. You know, I'm gonna tell you right now. It took me 15 seconds to think about that name. See how creative I am? Ah, yes. Anyways. There's another anyways. Yo, it would be so funny if someone went in the comments and did like an anyways counter. That would be hilarious. But anyways, they fight the Scrappinator. If they Loki can't beat it, they get thrown off the clip. The clip. The clip. The clip. The clip. It is 7. It is 7. It's 7:12 p.m. right now, and I cannot speak. I don't know why. The clip. They get thrown off the cliff. And then this is when the blue little creature, little gubby with antenna things, uses powers. Ooh, powers. Yo, low key, bro. I scrapped the video. No, I'm joking. Yo, it's so quiet here. Yo, I need some sort of noise, bro. I need some sort of noise. Anyways, so he cuts. No, it doesn't cut. It doesn't cut at all. It doesn't cut. So, there's a lot of shows on YouTube. Like, sewing class. It's kind of annoying, but I'm gonna let it slide because it was too quiet. Well, I was about to say anyways again. So, jeez, I can't speak. It's about to be longer than the first part, just for me not knowing how to properly speak. So, they get thrown off the cliff by the Scrappinator, And this is when the blue creature uses gravity powers. Well, so he lifts them up with the gravity powers. Then he crushes the Scrappinators. And Scrappinators is a bunch of scrap. Hold on, bro. Ain't no way. Give me a second, man. I wish I could edit. Because I would cut this part out, but hold on. I gotta, hold on. Let me check how long I've been recording. Oh, 27. It's funny because in the last video, the entire video was even me explaining. Like, I did a little bit of, like, showing all that I have those sets at the end. What even was like, alright. Gravity, you saved them. The Scrappinator thing is made out of scrap. So it kind of just crushes them into a ball. And then throws them up. And then it tells him, it tells Retro Dude to take out his gravity coil. And then he goes inside of the gravity coil. Well, before he goes in the gravity coil, he says, I'll explain later. Which I'm going to do in like 2 seconds. Actually, no, it's going to take like probably 2 minutes. But then after he goes in the coil is working again. Yay! So he jumps up, kicks back, whip around his art. I'm joking. Let me log in. I don't want this to be like 50 minutes of just me explaining. Not even half. No, we're not even halfway, by the way. But it gets to the part. He jumps up, does a low combo, and then gets rid of the Scapinator. And then the gravity coil just deactivates for some reason. So he just falls to the ground, he gets knocked out. And then he wakes up in his consciousness. Where's the filthy blue creature is. But My bad. I got food right now, which probably isn't good because I'm doing a yapping video. And you probably don't want to hear me chewing, so I'm sorry. But anyways, he wakes up in his consciousness, and then the blue creature starts explaining. Okay, I'm gonna actually tell him his name now, because this is where his name is Grat, and he is one of the coil spirits, which are basically the coils. It's not like the Chaos Emeralds where he loses the coils. He keeps the coils. They just don't work anymore. Like they're not powered anymore. But after he goes super, they spread out by like their spirits. And all their spirits are like these little gummy guys. Well, they're not little guys, they're females. But his name is Grat. And he is one of the I'm about to say the exact same thing I just said. He's one of the coil spirits, which is basically like the spirit of the coil. And the coils need the spirits to work. So every time he goes super, he's gonna have to find the spirits to get the coils to start working. And it's actually gonna be pretty hard. Because in the first game, they haven't been no one has went super in like years. So they weren't even conscious. So they didn't even know who Retro Dude is. But Grat was just nice. So he's gonna have to fight all of the other spirits. And by the way, the spirits have like full mastery of their coils. Which is just like, if I say just showing like y'all could see what I'm imagining right now. I wish. Jeez. I wish y'all could see what I'm imagining so I don't have to animate. Anyways. Y'all counting still? So. He's gonna have to fight everyone else. So then I continue. And they're like at a cliff in the desert. So they have to walk through the entire desert, but they don't really have to walk, they could run, but I mean it's a lot more tiring. So it comes back again to Angry Dude and Smart Dude flying on the flying car. Well actually no, it doesn't come back to them. It just cuts to them. They make it to ROBLOXIA City. And when they make it to ROBLOXIA City, since they're tired of walking, they take the bus. And then they just start interacting. Because y'all probably forgot about that Retro Gal was a bird. Y'all probably forgot that Retro Gal was with Retro Dude. But yes, Retro Gal starts talking to Retro Dude and like, you're gonna pay me after this, right? Retro Dude just looks at it and says no. He says, well, maybe you're gonna at least give me something for doing this. So yeah, they start talking on the bus ride. But eventually they get off the bus and they sometimes I imagine this, and then when I actually like say it out loud, it's so fried, bro. Eventually they make it to Mad City. Y'all remember that game? Mad City. Okay. For those who don't, there's a there's a pyramid in Mad City. So they make it to the Mad City pyramid. It says Grat's in the coil. But like the coil is like pointing to where the other ones are. So it points to them. Shut up, Sky. I'm trying to record a video right now. How long is this took? Probably 30 already. Yep, 34. Jesus. Good thing we're halfway. Oh my god, shut up. Anyways. Oh my god. anyways counter. Please, someone do an anyways counter. So, they go through a pyramid. And then at the end of the pyramid, there's like this big room of treasure. And that's where the second one is. Which is actually the recoil. Which is the green one. I'm pretty sure the green one just heals. But I decided to make it recoil. But they do fight. And the name of the recoil spirit, her name is Rekka. And I'm gonna be so for real. I was so close to just naming them Rika. Because when I thought of Rekka, I was like, might as well be Rika, bro. But Rekka. Anyways. Oh my god. They do a little boss fight. But I can't feed him. They can't feed him. They can't feed him. Yes. Feed him. They can't defeat her. That's what I'm trying to say. So, what should I do is like he uses the gravity coil to like bypass to like recoil because basically Rekka just had like this big barrier, but he uses the gravity to like I'm not no physics teacher, but it tries to like manipulate or something so he can move in the way. Then eventually he gets to them and then he does a little another combo on Rekka and then puts them inside the coil when they're knocked out. But then someone breaks into the pyramid. And y'all have actually no way to guess this because, well, you probably do, but you're not going to guess this. Another character hops in, and their name is Battle Gal. So tough, but their name is Battle Gal. And they're basically just trying to get the bounty that Guest Guy put on Richard Dude. Because basically they just want to just knock out Retro Dude and just take him to Guest Guy. So that's what they do. They knock out Retro Dude. They just start dragging them. They start running with the dragon because, oh my god. Jeez, excuse me. Excuse me, sir. Oh my god. I don't know why speaking so difficult. Jesus. Oh my god. Yo, let me stop, bro. I haven't even been moving. Oh. So, anyways, they get knocked out and they get dragged. And then we cut to Angry Dude and Smart Dude. Because they're at the Roblox HQ. And there's like a part where they have to climb to the top of Roblox HQ. So there's like a bunch of Guest Guy, like while they were in the pyramid, Guest Guy invaded Roblox HQ. And that's when Smart Dude and Angry Dude got there. So now they're like clearing out all the guest spots in Roblox HQ. So, anyways, Jesus. What was I gonna say? Alright, they get to Guest Guy. And then Guest Guy starts explaining how he put a bounty on Retro Dude. And then Smart Dude looks outside and he sees Battleground dragging Retro Dude to Roblox HQ. And I forgot to do this, but this is what Battleground looks like. She's actually a brick battler, but purple. So yeah, get into that later. So smart dude tries to beat Battle Gal alone, but he can't because smart dude is low key weak. But eventually, since Retro Dude is there because he got dragged, uh, anyways, he actually wakes up because in his consciousness, Rekka has been telling him how to use MDR. Yes, MDR. Which MDR stands for Mastered Damage Recoil. So it's basically just reverse curse technique, RCT, JJK reference. So I need to stop and lock in. But I fear it's too good. It's okay, guys. We're halfway. We're like 60% done. It's okay. Jeez, 41. So eventually they battle got jumped. I'm telling you, they get chunked. So after that, they go back to Angry Dude. Angry Dude was still fighting Gas Guy and Metal Dude. But by the time everyone gets back, they ran. So now everyone is back. Everyone is back. Angry Dude, Smart Dude, Retro Dude, and now Retro Guy. By the way, Battle got ran away. They started getting jumped, so that just dipped. But Retro Dude's like explaining about Grat and Rekka. Just explaining about those beers. So I go to like the lab part of Roblox HQ. So, and then Smart Dude just tries tinkering around to see if he can like, since Grat can like sense, or the other ones are, he tries to like make it more powerful so they know exactly where they is. Exactly where they is. Oh my god. What? Exactly where they is? What? But eventually he makes his like contraption that when he puts his hand in the little circle thing, he can go inside his mind. And Smart Dude tries to do it, but when he goes inside and he touches like he has like a little cord, grabs like a little coil, but like coil. He has a cord, and when Smart Dude touches that cord, he gets out of his mind and he has like a seizure. Like he's being electrocuted with like blue lightning because obviously that's like the color of the gravity coil. So he's like getting shocked, like it's bad, like it doesn't stop. So naturally everyone panics because he's getting shocked right now. The Retro Dude thinks to put him back in the coil, like stop him. Then after he puts it back in the coil starts tweaking. And then it shoots something into the sky, which would be important later. Because everything comes later. But it does stop after it shoots into the sky. And then Retro Dude tries to do it. And since Retro Dude is like the rightful owner of the coils, like he's basically connected to the coils, he can do it. But when he touches the core, he gets like a surge of power, where he just starts flying because of the gravity thing, and then he picks everyone up with gravity, and it starts flying. And where he actually flies to the location of the next coin. But it stops because eventually, like, the little surge runs out, so they're not completely there. So, but where they're at like this glacier area where it's just like snowy and stuff. But someone who got there before them is actually Gas Guy, because this is the part where Gas Guy tells them that since Brad was in his facility, like in his little pod, he was actually like messing with his like power, and he made him so he's like a GPS to the where the coils are. So Gas Guy is the reason why they know where the coils are. So that's why Gas Guy is there for them. But this is the part where Metal Dude and Retro Dude had the respected fight. Like, it's the part where they genuinely fight. Like, the first time, like, in the beginning, like, it was just straight, getting cooked. This is where they have their respected fight. Retro Dude tells everyone else, the other three, to go find the other coil and get it from him while he's fighting Metal Dude. So they do that. And while they're fighting, eventually they do find it. And they have to fight it. And they do beat it. They just beat it. But I'm not going to get into that quite into that, because this video is already like 50 minutes long. 47. So they get the coil. Metal Dude and Retro Dude are still fighting. But they have the knocked out Fuely, because they fought the fusion coil. And her name is Fuely. It's okay, the last coil is a boy. There's 2 boys and 2 girls. So anyways, Retro Dude and Metal Dude have like a little race to get to the coil, because Smart Dude is like holding the spirit. Oh, and by the way, they look regular. Like, when I say spirit, they're not actually like ghostly. They're like genuine like gubbies with antennas instead of ears. And obviously, if y'all didn't think about this, y'all could have figured it out. If Grat is the gravity coil and he's blue, I'm pretty sure y'all can tell that the other ones are like colored by their respective coil. But eventually, only eventually, Smart Dude gives Angry Dude the Fuely, and then Angry Dude just throws them like a really strong throw, since Angry Dude's very strong. Exposing them. And Retro Dude slightly touches them with the coil, and they go inside of the coil. And now Retro Dude has the fusion coil. And then he just hits like a mean uppercut on Metal Dude. But Gas Guy is like flying, and he catches him. So yeah. Guys, we are 70% done. We're like 80% done. I'm gonna put sorry for being long in the title. So, anyways, now that they got the fusion coil, since Retro Dude uses the gravity to fly there, they don't have the flying car. So they have to wait for the flying car to get there. It takes them a while. And it does. Y'all would never guess where the first place they go after they get the flying car back. There is genuinely no way to guess. I'll give y'all a hint. They haven't ate this entire time. I'm gonna give y'all like I don't even want to give y'all time to guess. This is too long. They go to Builder Brothers Pizza. Yes, work at a pizza place. So they make it there. And this is more like a wholesome scene where they're just chilling, like relaxing, finally eating. There is a boring part. Bro, the retro gang, and that's usually what I call them, usually have like the little symbol on the chest and like some sort of hat. Retro Go, Retro Go, they didn't have a hat. But during the work at a pizza place, Builder Brothers Pizza cutscene, Retro Dude goes to the Smart Dude's backpack and he finds like an extra Retro Dude hat. That's why she has the same hat as Retro Dude. And which is a spare hat. And they also had little stickers, just how she got it. So she didn't have the hat or the little symbol before it's still Sky. If you don't stop inviting me to parties, I'm gonna crash out. So they didn't have this for that part. But now we're getting to the end. Now, we cut to Battle Gal in there. And Battle Gal is like rejected because she's like the only purple one. Guys, I'm pretty sure the teams are red, blue, green, and yellow. So I'm pretty sure there is no purple team in Doomspire Brick Battle. So that means if she's purple, she is not like welcome. So, okay, I'm gonna tell you something about her. She was actually made, well, not really made, but like thought of by Analog Tortilla, which is my YouTuber friend that kind of inspired me to like start this. That I gave so yeah. I recommend you go check out his videos. Like I said, his name is Analog Tortilla, so I recommend you go watch it. On the high chance that he sees this, he's probably not gonna watch the whole thing because this thing's gonna be like an hour long. But I'm gonna tell him there's a part where I tell the people watching this video to subscribe to him. Remember, Analog Tortilla. Anyways, oh my god. There's so much is gonna be anyways. Bro, if I ever get like a big fan community or something, I swear that's gonna be our inside joke. Did someone just say anyways? I'm gonna start using that. That's gonna be an inside joke. Okay, but it comes to them. And basically, what Analog Tortilla was making think about this character. This character is basically based on Maki, which is why they're female. So they basically just slime out all the brick battlers to be canon because Oliver told me that if I guess if they're gonna be based on Maki, they gotta slime out some sort of plan. So yeah, brick battlers gone. Well, they jump into hear this up, guys. Listen up. They run away from the tower, and they go to Shaletsky's glass houses. Yeah, glass houses. It's like glass houses, but like way bigger. Like a lot. Like I chose glass houses because glass houses is like canyon. There's a lot of canyon. So yeah. But then, oh, I gotta figure out. Well, it's about to reach the limit how long I can record. Oh, I gotta lock in speed run. So they make it there, and then eventually the retro gang finish eating, and then they make it to that same place. And then that actually where the speed coil is, the last coil. And the name of the speed coil is actually Spot. But then Retro Dude approaches the speed coil thing, and then Battle Gal stops everyone else. So while, oh my god, I gotta hurry up. So while Retro Dude is fighting the speed coil, everyone else is fighting Battle Gal. So it's like this, the entire like Retro Dude versus Spog fight is basically just a giant reference to Noya versus Maki. Because Spot is basically quoting Noya the entire time. Like there's this one part in dialogue where it says, "You're only strong because of those coils. You're nothing without them. You ain't no hero." Yeah, which is a Noya reference. But eventually, there's like a mechanic in this game where Retro Dude focuses. Like, so when he's fighting a fast enemy, he like focuses and then he gets to like deflect their attack or something. So then eventually they do beat him. He does the Maki punch on them. Wait, but actually before they did that, Battle Gal becomes good for some reason. I don't know if they convinced her. So they start teaming up on Spot. And eventually he does hit the punch, but he's like very tired. And there is a Wally West reference. Okay. So Spot throws her out the way, and then he pops. Then he goes like super fast, and there's a Wally West reference, and then that's when the punch happens. So then they got the speed coil, and then Retro Dude passes out because he's tired from that fighting. And then they just start talking. So then they go back to ROBLOXIA City. And remember that gravity thing? Everything is floating. So now, then now that all the coils are working again, the master coil is working again. So Metal Dude uses the master coil to go into Mega Dude, which is basically Metal Overlord. And they try. Retro Dude tries to go super, but then he just goes unconscious, and then he has to fight the super coil in his consciousness. And her name is Supreme. And they're like a queen. And yeah, and they're also very giant. So then after they beat him, they wake up. And Smart Dude tells him not to go super, because then he'll have to find all the coils again. So he doesn't. But eventually he gets to the part where he's forced to use it. And then that's when like the final boss fight happens. So after they beat him, he passes out for 3 days like he usually does. And then he wakes up in a house he doesn't recognize because he's never been in a house. He's actually in Retro Gal's house, but he doesn't know that. He goes downstairs, sees some breakfast on the table, and steals it because he's hungry. And then Retro Gal sees them, tells them that they'll call Smart Dude because he's awake. And then eventually someone knocks on the door, and it's actually Grab, because Grab came all the way to Retro Dude. And eventually Smart Dude does come, and Retro Dude invites Retro Gal to come with them and hang out for a little bit. And then they go in there, and then music starts playing, then the credits roll, and then there's a post-credit scene where Guest Guy is like, "I need to find a way to beat Metal Dude. Didn't work. I need to find another way. I didn't think I need to do this." And then he goes to like this spaceship, this abandoned spaceship that's still in space, and then there's this pod. And then it shows like this black guy, like this black dude. Like he's the color black, don't call me racist, please. And then the post-credit scene ends. So there's like there's like a dude that's dark and like an abandoned spaceship in a pod. So I think y'all know what he's based on. But anyways, yeah, that's basically the end. Like and subscribe. And yeah. Yeah. I don't have a sense of those characters. So I'm gonna make another video showcasing Retro Gal, and am gonna start working on Metal Dude. So bye guys, like and subscribe. So I had to rush it because there's a time limit. It's gonna end any second. So